Let me be honest, a lot of people in the West still believe that bigger means better. But the truth tells a completely different story. Those giant houses, oversized mortgages, and unused rooms often create more stress, more debt, and more pressure than anyone wants to admit. Meanwhile, in Japan, living small is not a compromise at all. It is a smarter, calmer, and surprisingly richer way to live. Today I'm breaking down why a compact Japanese lifestyle can actually feel better, freer, and more balanced than living big in the West. Let's get into it. Japanese minimalism is more than a design trend. It is a mindset that shapes daily life in a way that feels cleaner, calmer, and surprisingly luxurious without relying on excess. When you step into a Japanese home, whether it is a tiny Tokyo studio or a modest countryside apartment, you immediately notice how intentional everything feels. Nothing is random, nothing is extra. And that simplicity creates a level of mental clarity that many people in the West rarely experience, even in much larger homes. A lot of this philosophy comes from centuries of cultural habits built around modesty, efficiency, and harmony. Japan has always valued balance and order. Homes are traditionally smaller, and families learned to keep only what they needed. This mindset influences modern life too. Instead of filling rooms with furniture or buying new decorations every season, Japanese households focus on quality pieces that last. A single table, a well-made futon, a simple shelf. Each item has a purpose. And when everything has a purpose, you end up with a home that feels peaceful rather than crowded. Minimalism also naturally reduces stress. When your living area is uncluttered, your mind becomes uncluttered. You are not constantly cleaning, organizing, or tripping over things you bought on impulse. You are not attached to possessions that demand time and maintenance. That simplicity creates space for better routines, healthier habits, and a more relaxed daily rhythm. Many Japanese people say the home is a sanctuary, a place to unwind after long work days or busy commutes. Minimalism helps protect that calm. Another key part of Japanese minimalism is the mindset of appreciating what you already have. Instead of endless upgrading or chasing trends, people focus on preserving their belongings, repairing them, or repurposing them. This reduces spending dramatically. Buying fewer things means you can invest in better quality, and better quality means you replace items far less often. It is a quiet financial strategy that adds up over time. Japanese minimalism is also deeply connected to space efficiency. Everything is compact, organized, and thoughtfully placed. Storage becomes part of the architecture, not an afterthought. It is common to see raised floors with hidden compartments, sliding doors that save space, and shelves built right into the walls. These small design choices make even tiny homes feel open and breathable. At the end of the day, Japanese minimalism is not about living with almost nothing. It is about living with exactly what adds value and removing everything that doesn't. That mindset creates a richer daily life, even inside a smaller home. Fewer distractions, fewer expenses, fewer obligations, more clarity, more calm, more room to actually enjoy life. Minimalism becomes a lifestyle upgrade, not a limitation, and that's why it works so well in Japan. Japan has mastered the art of micro-living in a way that feels almost futuristic. While the concept of tiny homes exists around the world, Japan takes it to a different level by turning small spaces into efficient, functional, and surprisingly comfortable living environments. In the West, a small home often feels like a downgrade. In Japan, it feels like clever engineering. The brilliance starts with the layout. Japanese micro homes are intentionally designed so every centimeter works. There is no wasted space, no awkward corners, no bulky furniture. Everything is slim, foldable, stackable, or built into the structure. A bed might fold into the wall, transforming the room into a living area. A dining table might slide out from under a cabinet. Storage is tucked under platforms, inside stairs, or above doorways. These design choices make a 20 square meter apartment feel functional instead of cramped. Lighting and color also play a huge role. Japanese micro homes avoid dark, heavy interiors because they make small spaces feel smaller. Instead, you see white walls, natural wood, soft lighting, and open layouts that create an airy atmosphere. Large windows, sliding doors, and reflective surfaces help natural light flow through the entire space. When a small room feels bright, it feels bigger. Another important piece is the culture of organization. Japanese homes are famously tidy because everything has a designated place. People store vertically instead of horizontally, use modular shelving, and keep objects grouped in simple containers. This level of order prevents clutter from taking over, which is the biggest enemy of small spaces. When the home stays clean and structured, it feels comfortable regardless of size. Technology also enhances micro-living. Compact washing machines, narrow refrigerators, induction cooktops that slide away, and space-saving bathrooms all support efficient living. Many Japanese apartments use tankless water heaters, heating panels instead of bulky radiators, and air systems that control humidity in small rooms. These innovations allow tenants to enjoy modern comfort without sacrificing space. But the real magic behind Japanese micro-homes is how they fit into everyday life. Because cities like Tokyo are walkable and full of convenience, people do not need massive kitchens, home gyms, or entertainment rooms. They have everything they need right outside. The convenience store, the public bath, the local cafe, the park, the train station. The city becomes an extension of the home, making a small living space feel completely sufficient. Micro homes in Japan work because they are designed with purpose, backed by culture, and supported by city infrastructure. They prove that small living is not about restriction. It is about smart design, smart habits, and a lifestyle that values efficiency over excess. In the right environment, a micro home becomes a powerful way to save money, reduce stress, and live comfortably without needing more space. One of the biggest reasons living small in Japan actually feels richer is because the culture naturally supports low consumption. Japan has this built-in mindset of buying carefully, using things fully, and avoiding waste, and that approach saves people a shocking amount of money over time. While a lot of Western households accumulate stuff without thinking, Japanese households tend to pause and ask, "Do I really need this?" That simple habit keeps budgets tight and homes uncluttered. Low consumption starts with practicality. Since Japanese homes are smaller, people automatically avoid buying duplicates or oversized items. You will not find giant sectional couches, extra refrigerators, or multiple sets of cookware. There simply is not room for it, so spending becomes intentional. Instead of buying 5 cheap items, Japanese shoppers often buy one good one that lasts longer. That upfront quality reduces long-term replacement costs and helps people build a more sustainable lifestyle. Food consumption works the same way. Japanese shopping habits revolve around buying only what you need. People visit small markets or convenience stores more frequently instead of doing massive grocery hauls. This reduces food waste and prevents overspending. Even portion sizes in Japan encourage mindful eating, smaller plates, smaller packaging, and meals that prioritize quality over quantity. It is better for health and better for the wallet. Utilities also stay lower in Japan because consumption is simply more efficient. Smaller homes cost less to heat and cool. Appliances are compact and energy efficient. People hang laundry instead of using dryers. These little habits add up to meaningful monthly savings. Even cleaning supplies and household goods last longer because there is less space to maintain. Entertainment follows the same low consumption pattern. Instead of filling homes with expensive gadgets or huge entertainment setups, many Japanese people spend time outside, walking, meeting friends in cafes, enjoying parks, exploring neighborhoods, or relaxing in public baths. Social life happens in the world, not in a giant living room, so you do not need to spend money constantly upgrading your home just to stay entertained. All of this creates a lifestyle where having less does not feel restrictive. It feels freeing. Low consumption reduces clutter, reduces stress, and reduces financial pressure, giving people more room to enjoy life without constantly chasing the next purchase. Japan shows that when culture encourages balance and practicality, saving money becomes the natural outcome, not a struggle. In the West, especially in the United States, the obsession with big homes often looks great from the outside but hits hard on the inside. Many Americans dream of large houses, open floor plans, extra bedrooms, and spacious garages. But what rarely gets talked about is how these oversized homes quietly drain time, money, and energy. The bigger the house, the bigger the upkeep, and the bigger the stress that comes with it. The first major issue is cost. Big homes come with big mortgages. A lot of people stretch their budgets just to afford the space they think they should have. Add property taxes, homeowners insurance, and endless utilities, and the monthly expenses skyrocket. Heating and cooling huge rooms, running appliances all day, and covering massive water usage add layers of financial weight that never go away. This leads many families to feel like they are working non-stop just to pay for the roof over their head. Then comes the maintenance. The more space you have, the more you have to clean, fix, decorate, and replace. Large yards require constant upkeep. Appliances break more often because there are simply more of them. Spare rooms end up filled with clutter, which leads to even more spending on furniture and storage. People often buy things not because they need them, but because the space needs to be filled. That cycle creates a quiet financial trap. Commutes are another problem. Many big homes in the US are located far from city centers, where land is cheaper. That means long drives, high fuel costs, expensive car payments, and hours lost every week. Compare that to Japan, where small homes are often close to transit and daily necessities, and the difference becomes obvious. Time and money are constantly slipping away in the West. Finally, big homes can increase stress. More cleaning, more organizing, more repairs, more debt, more responsibility. Instead of feeling peaceful, large homes often feel overwhelming. People have the space, but not the freedom that should come with it. This is why living big in the US often backfires. It looks impressive, but costs a fortune. Japan's small living approach may seem simple, but it creates more balance, more savings, and honestly, more freedom than many Americans ever experience inside their oversized homes. One of the biggest reasons living small works so well in Japan is because the cities themselves are built to support that lifestyle. Instead of forcing people to rely on massive houses, long commutes, and endless personal storage, Japanese cities make compact living not just possible, but highly convenient. The entire urban structure is designed around efficiency, walkability, and accessibility, which means you simply do not need a big home to live comfortably. Start with public transportation. Japan has one of the most reliable transit systems in the world, and it is built to move millions of people smoothly every day. Trains arrive on time, stations are everywhere, and most neighborhoods are connected by rail or bus. When you can get anywhere without needing a car, you are not pressured to live in a big suburban house just to have parking or storage. You can live in a 20 to 30 square meter apartment right next to a station and still reach work, shops, restaurants, and parks within minutes. It saves money, time, and a whole lot of daily stress. Neighborhoods are also designed for convenience. Almost every Japanese city block has grocery stores, convenience shops, pharmacies, cafes, and small restaurants within walking distance. When everything you need is right downstairs, you do not need a huge kitchen, a massive pantry, or multiple refrigerators. You buy what you need when you need it, and your home stays uncluttered. This compact urban planning allows even the smallest apartment to function smoothly. Public spaces also play a huge role. Japanese cities are filled with parks, libraries, community centers, izakayas, bathhouses, and open areas where people can relax without having to host guests in their tiny homes. Want to hang out with friends? You meet outside. Want to unwind? You walk to a shrine, a river path, or a small garden. Because the city itself provides so many places to enjoy life, your apartment becomes a peaceful base rather than the center of your entire world. Another huge advantage is safety and cleanliness. Japanese cities are famously safe, walkable, and well-maintained. This makes being outside comfortable and enjoyable at all hours. When the streets are clean and the transit is reliable, people naturally spend more time outside and less time stuck inside four walls, wishing they had more square footage. Then, there is the cultural infrastructure of convenience. Japan has 24-hour convenience stores that sell everything from dinner to household goods. You have coin laundries, vending machines, capsule hotels, co-working spaces, and compact gyms everywhere. These services replace the need for large in-home appliances and extra rooms. In Japan, Small living works because the cities are designed for humans, not cars or oversized homes. Everything around you supports a simple, efficient, and enjoyable lifestyle, proving that when the environment is built right, you do not need a big space to live big. Japan proves something most people never realize. You do not need a huge house, endless rooms, or mountains of stuff to live well. When your culture, your mindset, and your city are all built for smart, simple living, even a tiny home can feel full of freedom. Living small in Japan is not about sacrifice. It is about choosing calm over chaos, efficiency over excess, and balance over burnout. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one.